EastEnders is quite the expert when it comes to the unexpected returns, with the past year alone having seen quite a few faces from the past pop up without warning. From Chrissy Watts, Tracy Ann Oberman, who was revealed to be Jasmine Fisher's Idiarna Donaldson Holness, accomplice in stalking Zoe Slater, Michelle Ryan, to the ghostly return of Nish Panesar, Navin Chowdhury, when Ravi Gulati, Aaron Thiara, was spiked, and of course the superb comeback of Cora Cross and Mitchell. There have been a number of memorable comebacks as of late. And another followed in the latest offering of the BBC One soap, which is now available to stream on iPlayer. Ravi, as viewers know, has been struggling with his mental health lately, and last week he was experiencing a vivid nightmare, which resulted in him almost attacking Priya Nandrahart, Sophie Khan-Levy. Devastated over what he did, Ravi woke on Monday and proceeded to self-harm, but the injury resulted in him needing medical attention, with Priya swiftly taking him to the hospital. The doctor on duty was none other than Nina Gupta, Harsha Verity, a former GP at the local Panesar surgery, who famously had quite the connection to Ravi. Nina, who was married to evil Ranveer, Anil Gautam, appeared regularly throughout 2022, with her final appearance coming in November of the year in question. Ranveer, as viewers will recall, was killed by Ravi after he attempted to sexually assault Suki Panesar Balvinder Sopal. At the time, Suki believed that she delivered the deadly blow to the sleazy businessman, but Ravi was actually the one to blame, attacking the vile criminal in a secret subsequent showdown, before disposing of the body. It turned out that Nina was in a secret relationship with Ravi at the time, with the pair hellbent on getting their hands on Ranveer's money. With video footage of the initial attack, Ravi intended to set Suki up for the murder if the police came calling, but he ultimately had a change of heart, confessing his crimes to his family, who he sided with over Nina. Nina soon left the square after Ravi's double-crossing. In tonight's episode, Ravi was taken aback to see his ex, as was Priya, who wasn't at all pleased that she was the one looking after Ravi. Priya told Nina that Ravi self-harmed, and after a private examination, she said she didn't need to notify the police, though urged Ravi to get help. Ravi, however, struggled in the wake of the showdown with his ex, and started to believe that his enemies were out to get him and his family as he bought extra locks for his flat. Will Ravi get the help he needs? For years can change everything in Albert Square. But some ghosts never truly stay buried. Just when residents of Walford thought one of the darkest murder stories had finally been left in the past, EastEnders has confirmed an unexpected comeback that is set to shake the square to its core. A familiar face from a shocking murder storyline is returning after 4 years away, and their arrival threatens to reopen old wounds, expose buried secrets, and send shockwaves through some of the show's most iconic families. The returning character? None other than Eddie Knight, the sinister and deeply controversial father figure, whose name still sends chills through the Knight family. EastEnders fans will remember Eddie as one of the most disturbing villains in recent years. Played by Christopher Fairbank, Eddie was last seen being sent to prison after the horrifying truth about George Knight's biological father was finally revealed. Eddie had been responsible for the racially motivated murder of Henry Asari decades earlier, a crime that shattered George's world when the truth came out. It wasn't just murder. It was betrayal on the deepest level. George Knight had spent his life believing Eddie was his father, only to discover he had been stolen from his real family through a horrifying baby farming arrangement. When Henry came to Britain to reclaim his son, Eddie brutally beat him to death with the help of racist associates, hid the body in a suitcase and dumped it in a canal, all while young George unknowingly witnessed the nightmare. That revelation changed everything. George turned against the man who raised him, delivering a devastating statement in court that helped send Eddie to prison. Gloria's death followed soon after, and the family was left emotionally destroyed. For many viewers it felt like the final chapter. But in true Walford fashion it wasn't. Now after 4 years Eddie is coming back. BBC bosses have confirmed that Christopher Fairbank will reprise the role for a short, but explosive stint later this spring. The timing couldn't be worse for George, who has only just started rebuilding his life. He's trying to move forward with Nicola Mitchell, adjusting to fatherhood after baby Ivy's premature birth, and focusing on his new business venture. Just as peace seems possible, Eddie's shadow returns. And peace? That may be impossible. That Eddie's comeback will launch a powerful new storyline centered around George and the Knight family. Questions are already swirling. Why is Eddie back? Is he seeking forgiveness? Or revenge? Has prison changed him, or is he as dangerous as ever? Knowing EastEnders, redemption is rarely simple. George may try to stay strong, but Eddie's return could rip open years of trauma. The emotional damage from discovering the truth about Henry never fully healed. Seeing the man responsible standing in front of him again could push George to breaking point. And George isn't the only one affected. Nicola Mitchell, already navigating the emotional chaos of raising baby Ivy, may find herself pulled into the family storm. Her relationship with George has been fragile, complicated by past secrets and trust issues. Eddie's arrival could test whether they can truly survive as a family. Fans are already speculating online that Eddie may bring new secrets with him. Could there be more hidden truths about Henry's murder? Did Gloria know more than she admitted? And could someone else from that dark chapter also return? In Soapland, one comeback rarely comes alone. Some viewers are even wondering whether Eddie's return could connect to other explosive 2026 storylines, including the wider mystery surrounding returning faces and old enemies resurfacing across Albert Square. With Ross Kemp also returning as Grant Mitchell and several major family storylines building momentum, EastEnders seems determined to make this year one of its biggest yet. But Eddie's return feels different, because this isn't just about drama. It's about justice. It's about identity. And it's about whether George Knight can ever truly escape the past. Christopher Fairbanks' portrayal of Eddie made him one of the most hated figures in recent EastEnders history. Cold, manipulative, and terrifyingly believable, he wasn't a cartoon villain, he was worse. He felt real. That's why his return matters. It forces everyone, especially George, to confront a painful question. Can you ever move on when the person who destroyed your life walks back through the door? Walford is about to find out. One thing is certain. When Eddie Knight returns, he won't be bringing peace. He'll be bringing war. And for George Knight, the real nightmare may only just be beginning. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to EastEnders Spoilers Official.